Hey, what's up and good morning everybody. Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton and this is going to be covering the final round of the 9-hole cup tournament. This will be the rookie division. As far as the replays go, there is a minus 16 here as far as the walkthrough that I'll be able to put together for you. So I'm excited about that because overall I think, this is a more difficult course to drop some shots on. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy my content. I hope that you'll like it enough that you'll hit that subscribe button and that everybody will take a moment there to hit the thumbs up and give the video a like. That would be awesome. Let's go to hole number one. Now, hole number one, I do suggest that if you have the club power and you have the ball, to go ahead and try to drive the fairway area at the very top of the game, like I did in the qualifying round. So again, if you're brand new to the channel and you didn't see that shot, you can hop over to my qualifying round video for this tournament and try to play a very similar line, because I do believe that an APOC or a high-level extra mile with a berserker ball is the best option to get you into chip-in range. But for everybody else, I decided to play the safe way this time. That would give you all two different ways to play the hole. I really don't like this approach, though. I don't like shot number two. I hate taking eagle opportunities with the backbone club. If you're a higher level player and you choose to take the safe drive option, then a grizzly, like a high level grizzly, would obviously be better than the backbone. But again, my ideas here are just to basically give you two different ways to play this hole. Again, if you'd like to see the APOC option to try to drive to the green, check out the qualifying round video. Here's shot number two. We're just going to play at 10% at minimum. We're going to use quite a bit of backspin to get some ball control here. I don't make this shot. This shot definitely needs to be tweaked. You can see here I'm lining up a little bit left of the hole, and that's on purpose here because the wind is going to push us here to the right hand side. We do hit a perfect ball though, but still hole number one is just one that I did not pick up here on this replay. But after hole number two, we're going to have quite a lot of replays to go through as far as drops go. Hole number two, I will show you two different ways that you can play it. One is obviously going to be very safe. We're going to be playing with the Titan ball here, just to get a little bit of power to make sure we have enough to get to the second fairway. 10% pull. And you'll see here we're able to get to the second fairway, really no problems at all. That's going to leave us here for shot number two. Shot number two is going to be with the big dog, and I do like to play the right-hand side of this fairway to the right-hand side of the sand trap on this hole. To me, that's been the most consistent way to drive the ball down towards the green area. And then after this, I'll show you another way on hole number two here that you can really just let a ball rip and you can try to get yourself in a good albatross range. As you can see here, we have no problem getting down to the green and getting us for a very easy putt in for the eagle there on hole number two. Now, if you want to gamble a little bit, you can. Here, you can use a Titan ball. Of course, you could use higher level balls to make the shot even easier. But you're going to see here I'm able to accomplish this no problem with the Titan, going 6 bars of topspin. And right here you can see I'm aiming down the middle of this rough area. So with my spins applied, see how I've got the ball guideline going right down the middle of that rough? I adjust for the wind, and then I push it back up to max to get all that power back. That's going to be important. I do go a full overpower here, and I do hit a perfect shot. So everything lined up correctly as far as me trying to pull off this drive goes. You can see here we go one fairway, we go over the entire rough and we drive the ball up. Now we still have plenty of room. That's why I'm saying if you want to use a more powerful ball, you absolutely could. But here is shot number 2, looking for the albatross. Now it's going to be much tougher to drop, of course, with a backbone, but it is a better chance than obviously taking that big dog shot, unless you want to try to dial in a big dog shot by playing over the sand trap. But again, higher level grizzly players, you might be able to pull this off with a grizzly and get yourself a nice ball guideline. Or really best case scenario, you don't hit it as far as the drive and maybe you can get yourself in sniper range. A lot of different options here on hole number 2, but in direct tailwind, I just wanted to show people that you can get down here, you can get into long iron range and possibly pick yourself up a very cool albatross, which is difficult to do on hole number 2, and you're not going to see many players at all get it. Okay, hole number 3, we do start our series of drops here. We're going to play this one 5%. I gotta make sure that, give me 1 second here. Okay. Let's see what I pull this here, because I put 5% at max. For some reason, I'm doubting that right now, but 5% at max would be 4.7 rings, so let's make sure that's what I do pull here. And I do. Okay, so that's just a mental error. So it is 5% at max. For some reason, I thought that I played it at mid when I was just sitting here talking on the video, but nope, 5% at max. We barely clipped the rough, but that was happening to me in practice too, and it worked out every time. And you can see here that I did get the hole in one. So that's going to be hole number 3, and that'll take us on to hole number 4. Hole number 4, we do pick up a drop here. So I have 10% at max and maybe push up a ring. So I would say that if you're a lower level extra mile player, you could use the Zerk here and you can still get up to the top of the fairway, but you might just want to push up 1 ring after you adjust to make sure that you get there. That's not a necessity. You don't have to do that. I just feel like that will give you enough power and help not get you stuck in the top rough right before the fringe and green area there at the top. But we are going to go 6 bars of top spin combined with 2 bars of side spin to the left. Higher level extra mile players, I would not go more than 6 top spin on this hole. It's really not needed at all. Now you're going to see here I do go with full OP, and I do go with an entire ball of curl. So you can see that the right-hand side of my ball is touching the left-hand side of that blue adjustment window. This was not enough curl, so we do need to go full curl with our extra miles. Again, we need full left curl. You can see here that just a little bit more curl would have kept me on the fairway. So, but that's okay, because at the end of the day, I did make the chip in, just full topspin shot and hit perfect. It went into the hole, but sometimes it's hard to hit perfect out of the rough. Here I played this one 10% at max. I'll be honest with you, on this par 3, I really have no expectations. If this was a full tournament, with better prizes, then I'd probably sit here and try to dial in a shot or 2. But I did not try to do that in this tournament. I just have 2 accounts. I took 2 shots, and I just gave you the best replay that I had. And the reason that I say that is because this hole plays so inconsistently with the ball guideline. It's just a difficult one to dial in, unless you wanted to waste a good ball and try to dial in the rough bump. But, again, I think that with these replays here on these 9 holes, that you're not going to have to worry about doing that, because you'll be able to make some small tweaks and drop the shots that I didn't, and then hopefully drop the shots that I do. So here we go on to the next par 5. This one we don't need any adjustment as far as the drive goes. We're going to go 2 bars of side spin to the left, and we'll spend a little bit more time on this one because this is a great chance to pick up that albatross. 2 bars of side spin to the left, and you're going to see here where I'm aiming. So right there. You see my blue ring, how it's just barely dipping into the sand. You can put it right up against the sand line. You know, that doesn't matter. But that's where I'm looking to aim, right here on this hole. And then again, I'm going with that no adjustment shot. Just letting it rip. Now what I like here is shot number 2. Shot number 2 is going to play very consistent. 0% at mid. 5 bars of backspin. Now with the 5 bars of backspin, look where we're going to aim the ball. This is after the spin. So that gives you a really good look at where we're aiming here. We're aiming just, you know, maybe half of a green square short of the hole, and we have our ball guideline pointing at the left-hand side of the cup. It still would be going inside the cup, but it's definitely favoring the left-hand side. %0 at mid on this pull. We hit perfect. You'll see here the speed is great, but we just barely miss this one. So just very minor adjustment there. Maybe aim a little bit more left, and we should be good for a really nice albatross opportunity there. All right, now this hole stinks a little bit, but let's go back to see here what I said. Okay, so the shot that you're going to see here is me playing at 60% at mid. You know, I know it's really high elevation, but the thing with the backbone is there's not a whole lot of difference on your ring pulls when you start to tweak the elevation. So what you could do here is you could try to play 65%, okay? Because I'm going to miss this one to the left-hand side a little bit, which means we need to pull more right, or you could just offset more right. The thing I want you to do is set your spins first. So you can see here I'm using, you know, like 2.1 bars of backspin. We're going to put our red ring right there in that right-hand corner, touching the rough. And you'll have to do your best here to kind of just see where I'm aiming. You know, the thing that I don't like about this course, of course, is that the dark green and the light green squares are kind of difficult to see. So it's hard to give you those reference points. But after the spin is applied, this is what my ball guideline looks like. This is where I'm aiming at. Now, like I said, here, this is a 60% pull. So I'm going to miss to the left-hand side. So you could add more elevation to the shot so that you pull more rings, or you could try to offset a little bit more as well. Whichever one you think will work best for you. This is a more challenging hole-in-one. I mean, but it's not, you know, it's definitely not impossible. It's there for sure. Could definitely be dialed in. All right, that'll take us here to hole number 8. Hole number 8, we're going to go 10% at max. Now, you can use a berserker if you want, so lower level extra mile players, you know, you'll probably use a berserker. Higher level extra mile players like level 8 and 9, you can definitely get away with the Kingmaker. Again, if you're an extra mile level 9 player, you do not need to use full topspin unless you wanted to go with less overpower. So you can just tweak it as far as that goes. So you'll see here, we have our topspin applied, a little bit of side spin to the left. I back up to the plus 13 yard mark so that when I pull my rings, I am able to pull 100% accurate without pulling into overpower. Now here I do go with that max OP shot. And you'll see we come in really nicely here. Sits on the green for an easy putt in for the eagle there on hole number 8. And then hole number 9, we're going to finish this up with a nice little albatross. I think it is going to play very consistently again. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. And secondly, take a moment there to hit the thumbs up on the video. That would be awesome. This is, again, a no adjustment needed shot. I'm just going to apply my spins. I'm going to put the red ring on the rough. We're essentially getting perfect tailwind here, so we don't need the pull for elevation, nothing like that. I just take a normal shot. Perfect ball. And we just have a ton of fairway to work with. So, you know, unless you hit a nasty, great shot, I guess, to the right or something, and it's very difficult to mess up this drive and end up anywhere else besides the fairway. This will be here for shot number 2. Shot number 2, we're going to play minus 20% at mid. So we're playing this shot significantly uphill. And we're going to apply just a little bit of spins. That's going to vary depending on your drive, right? Some of you might not need any backspin at all. Now, I would suggest, though, keeping the side spin here. So 2 bars of side spin to the left. This is going to be a little bit of a weird setup because we have a little bit of a wind push from right to left, and we're using left side spin. Now, it's very minor left side spin, but look at this. We need to offset to the left-hand side as well to get this ball to drop. Now, I did practice this shot a couple times, and believe it or not, I was missing to the right. So this setup right here with the yellow ring at the rough is going to play really well. So again, you know, just make sure you really pay attention to the spins. Make sure you pay attention to the yellow ring at the rough. But you can see there, we do bang that one in for the albatross. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. Pros next. I'll get as much pro content out little by little as I can, as I have to leave for work very soon. I hope you all have a great day. Thanks, everybody.